91% positive reviews. But what are players really saying? Supraworld is one of the weirdest, most experimental puzzle games you'll see this year. It's part Metroidvania, part toy box adventure, and part detective simulator, where sometimes there isn't even a correct answer. But beyond the trailers and the developer promises, the real question is, what do actual players think? On Steam, the game currently holds a very positive rating. About 91% of reviews are positive. But numbers alone don't tell the story. So today, we're going straight to the source: Steam reviews, Reddit discussions, and Discord conversations, to find out what the community really says about Supraworld. Let's start with Steam reviews. One of the most common comments is about the sense of discovery. Players describe Supraworld as a game that constantly surprises them. Here's a typical review. Supraworld has some of the best moments of discovery I've ever experienced in a game. Another player wrote, "The puzzles make me feel smart without being unfair. Every solution feels like I figured it out, not that the game handed it to me." That's a key theme. People aren't just praising the puzzles. They're praising how the puzzles make them feel. There's a difference. A game that can make you feel clever, instead of just relieved, leaves a much stronger impression. Puzzle design is easily the strongest point of Supraworld according to players. One reviewer said, "There are no far-fetched solutions or cryptic clues. All you need is a basic understanding of physics and logic." Another added, "Every puzzle feels handcrafted. It's not about memorizing patterns, it's about looking around, experimenting, and realizing how simple the answer was all along." That aha moment is what drives people forward. Many reviews mention that the game constantly rewards curiosity, whether it's finding a hidden coin, unlocking a new ability, or discovering a completely unexpected solution. And of course, the infamous puzzle police get a lot of shout-outs. Players love the humor of being caught trying to brute force a solution. It's not just a punishment, it's a joke, and it makes the world feel alive. Players often compare Supraworld to its inspirations. Some describe it as Portal meets Zelda. Others call it a first-person Metroidvania with a toy box aesthetic. But the best comparison might come from this review. It's like playing in a kid's sandbox, but the sandbox is full of mysteries, hidden passages, and puzzles that trick you into thinking outside the box. That's the kind of description you can't buy with marketing. It's players summarizing the experience in their own words, and it shows why Supraworld resonates with puzzle fans. Of course, the game is still in early access, and that's a big topic in community discussions. Many players are excited to jump in now, saying things like, "Even if this is only Act 1, it already feels worth the price." Another wrote, "The devs are transparent, posting frequent updates on Discord, and they clearly care about player feedback. But not everyone is convinced." On Reddit, there's an ongoing debate about whether it's better to buy now or wait for full release. Some players argue, "I don't like paying to be a beta tester. I'll wait for 1.0. Others counter with, "Supraworld already feels more polished than many full releases. Early access is just a chance to get more content later." So while the majority seem happy with the current state, there's still healthy skepticism about the early access model itself. No game is perfect, and the community is honest about the weak spots. One recurring criticism is performance. Because Supraworld runs on Unreal Engine 5, it can be demanding. Players with older rigs report frame drops and occasional crashes. As one reviewer put it, "Ultra settings tanked my frame rate. Still playable, but be prepared to tweak settings." Others mention small bugs, like objects clipping, enemies bugging out, or puzzles behaving strangely. But most players note that the devs fix issues quickly, and the game is already stable enough for long play sessions. The other weak point, according to reviews, is combat. One player summed it up bluntly, "The combat is there, but it feels like an afterthought. Enemies spawn from gumball machines, and the main strategy is to blow them into spikes or dash at them repeatedly. It works, but it's not nearly as engaging as the puzzles." Another review said, "If you're here for combat, you'll be disappointed. But if you're here for puzzles and exploration, you'll love it." That balance is important. Supraworld doesn't try to be everything. It knows combat isn't the star of the show, it's just a side dish. On the positive side, players rave about the humor and personality of the world. Steam reviews highlight funny moments like not being able to get out of bed until you unlock the stand-up ability, NPCs roasting you for being the boring candidate in the Puzzle Solvers Guild, the TV crew following you and mocking your progress. One review captured it perfectly. Supraworld has jokes that only work in games. It's gameplay humor, not just dialogue. That's an important distinction. The comedy isn't tacked on. It's woven into the mechanics themselves. Outside Steam, the hype continues. On Reddit, threads in our /Metroidvania and our /Supraland are filled with excitement. Fans of the series love seeing the jump to Unreal Engine 5, praising the visuals and handcrafted feel. One Redditor wrote, "It feels like a proper sequel, not just more of the same. Bigger, prettier, and smarter." But again, early access divides a room. Another user replied, "I'll wait for all acts to be done. I don't want to stop mid-story." Meanwhile, on the official Discord, players are actively sharing puzzle solutions, debating whether certain janky tricks are intended, and posting screenshots of secrets. The developers even dropped in with daily bug reports and progress updates, which makes the community feel directly connected to development. So, the early verdict is clear. The community loves Supraworld's puzzles, humor, and sense of discovery. But they're also honest about its rough edges, combat that feels secondary, performance hiccups, and the uncertainty of early access. What about you? Would you jump into Supraworld now, or wait for the full release? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this community breakdown, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into indie games. Thanks for watching.